Skye Squad, we are back in the building, baby, and we got to talk about some things going on in the world of the Bravo TV, okay? So, a couple of things that we're going to talk about today is Erika Jayne is calling out Garcelle and seems to be accusing her of something very scandalous, allegedly, okay? Let me make sure this alleged banner is in the because ooh, what we got to talk about today, baby? It gets crazy. It gets crazy indeed. And then the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season 3 trailer just dropped. So we're gonna talk about it. I obviously can't show it to you here, but I will place the link for it in the description down below so you can watch it for yourself in case you haven't seen it. And baby, there is a read at the end for Jen Shaw that just left my mouth on the floor. Okay. So before we get into any of the shenanigans, I just want to let y'all know that your girl Diana Jenkins from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is piping hot and boiling mad. Okay, piping hot, boiling mad. All right. So let's talk about why. So she posted this on her Instagram, and this is what it says. For too long, irresponsible journalists, bloggers, and social media commentators have spread hurtful lies about me without consequences. I will no longer sit back and allow them to smear my name with impunity. I have instructed my lawyers to take whatever action is necessary to remove these false statements and to pursue justice from those who have been spreading lies about me. We launched the campaign today by sending legal letters to NT Lawyer, Jezebel, Gawker, Heavy, and others. I guess these are the publications that she has sent them to. She says, I will not stop until justice is served. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, justice, retract the lies, responsible journalism. And so she posted, I guess, she went through and I guess they found something that, each person had done said and whatnot. And she wants some of these statements retracted. Now, just letting y'all know that Diana is on the war path, okay? And she is sending out letters, okay? I don't know what the letters mean because I'm not a lawyer. But what I will say though is I don't know if I see a long future for her on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And that's all I'm going to say about Miss Diana for the moment. Okay? Until we got to talk about her again. But let's get into the Erika Jayne and Garcelle of it all. So a user tweeted out this, and Erika retweeted it. So it says people want to say Erika hired the bots. So as you guys may recall, the trolls that were attacking Garcelle's son, Jax, were allegedly bots that were allegedly hired by somebody. I believe that the Patrick Summers person allegedly stated that he was contacted to do some sort of campaign, but not by Garcelle, and he did not indicate who, although he has exposed behind the scenes conversations that are allegedly betwixt he and Kathy Hilton wanting to know what was going on, and he and Denise Richards wanting to know if anybody was hired to make bots against her accounts as well. If anybody from the show, production, or the network was hired by his company to, smear her or troll her on the Instagram and the Twitter or whatever as well. This is a very long and convoluted thing. And so, anyway, Erika Jayne retweeted this. People want to say Erika hired the bots, but she has some of the least bot slash fake followers alongside Dorit. Highest bot followers from the cast are actually Garcelle and Kathy Hilton. Something is very sus about this. Hashtag Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And no, and so here it says, to get updated data or whatever, and I guess these claims here are supposed to mean that Garcelle, but they keep misspelling Garcelle's name. I wonder if that's on purpose. Anyway, so to me, the very fact that see, here's the thing. Right now, the reason why Diana, why Erika Jayne, and why Lisa Rinna are really getting it on social media right now is because they are the most active with saying and doing the most on social media. Now, Diana has a different story because people had talked about rumors about her since even before her time on the show. Okay. And to be quite honest with you, well, I will save that for another time. But for Erika, it was last year that it started that, okay, you're posting things on Instagram that seem very unsympathetic towards, the victims of your husband's crimes, alleged crimes, and you benefited from that, and you seem to show no remorse for the victims. And then it became you attacked anyone who came at you with any questions about it when you are on a reality show that is based on your real life and based on people asking questions about potential situations that you yourself are involved in that are making the waves in the media, i.e., Sutton, i.e., Garcelle. Lisa Rinna, in this very moment, she has removed the post in support of Garcelle's son Jax. She says, "I believe," and I'm paraphrasing here, that she wrote in an Instagram in a DM to, I think, our girl Cece loves you, that, oh, these posts did nothing anyway, so that's why I took them down. And I'm like, Lisa Rinna is her own worst enemy on social media. I think she thinks that she is being sassy and snappy, and it's she's feeding her she's serving the audience. But in fact, we are all a little tired, right? I'm just a little tired of the antics, because a moment later, it seems as though she will rage and then regret it and then blame it on grief and then do it all over again. So it's really hard to tell with these three individuals, what's really going on. And with Erika posting this, alleging that something is suspect and pointing a, I don't know, imaginary finger in the direction of Garcelle and Kathy to make it seem as though Garcelle or Kathy may have had something to do with attacking Garcelle's own son. It sounds ludicrous to me. Okay? It sounds ludicrous to me. As if Garcelle would sacrifice her 14-year-old son's mental well being by pulling some social media stunt against him. To what end? It's just like stuff like this doesn't make any sense to me. And it just kind of boils my blood just a little bit. Okay. Because I'm like, the audacity. And to be quite honest with you, I don't even really see much of a future left for either of these three ladies on this show, to be quite frank with you. Maybe one of them can stay because I think Erika and Lisa Rinna enjoy the villain role. And so I don't know which one should stay or go. I really don't. Because all of them are problematic at this point. And when a show becomes filled with problematic personalities, it becomes hard for us as the audience to watch and enjoy. So that is that. Let's talk about this Salt Lake City commercial that's going on right now. So Salt Lake City and the girls will be back on our television screens on Wednesday, September 28th at 9 p.m. This will come on right after Beverly Hills. So you know it's going to be another one of those long Wednesday nights for at least a couple of weeks. And we only have 5 full-time snowflake holders because you know they hold the snowflakes in the palm of their hands. Because as you guys know, Jenny is out of here. Mary said deuces, although people have been talking about her, you know, potentially returning or whatnot. I don't know anything about that. So, but I've just seen the word on the street. And then there were 5, but there really aren't 5. There are actually 8. Okay. There are actually 8 women who are participating in the drama this season. But I'm assuming they just are going to keep it focused on the core 5 and see which ones of these 8 of these other 3 will resonate the most with the audience. As you can see all the way in the background, you see Angie Harrington, who has been a part of this show from the very beginning. Also, word on the curb was she was considered to be a snowflake holder first season, but something happened and she didn't make the cut. And I think she got cut out because they wanted Mary instead. But that's just what I heard, because I heard Mary was supposed to be just the friend. But again, this is hearsay. But what I will say is, we do get a little peek at what's going on in the trailer. It is very epic. I can tell you that. You guys can either visit my Instagram page or the link in the description down below. Jen is proclaiming her innocence. Okay. You know, she's placing all of the blame on her former assistant, Stuart Smith, who pled guilty of charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud last year in connection with a nationwide telemarketing scheme. She says, I got played by Stuart Smith. I would not be in this thing at all if it wasn't for Stuart. I'm like, and talk about turning on people. Lord have mercy. Anyway, so Dana, who is one of the newest ladies, who I believe is this young lady standing next to Whitney Rose, all right, she apparently has some tea, and she confides in Whitney and tells her, someone I know was working for Jen and he's now an informant. Okay. So then it goes to footage of Jen leaving the courthouse this summer after she changed her guilty plea on the same charges and she's, you know, right now she's still awaiting the sentencing. And then apparently Meredith brings up a rumor about Lisa. She tells Whitney, I just heard that Lisa, or she, was doing favors to help get places to pick up Vita Tequila. So meaning that some favors were being done to get Vita Tequila in some stores or something. That's what I'm guessing, allegedly. So then Whitney, of course, goes back and shares that tea. And then she confronts Meredith and says, you told me she performed intimate favors. And Lisa is like, are you crazy? So Heather is on the outs because she didn't put out that book, Bad Mormon. I ain't gonna talk about that right now because whenever we talk about religion, it gets testy. Okay. So we're gonna save it for when the show come back. Anyway, Whitney also reveals some childhood traumas and whatnot. They go on a tropical beach vacation, and Heather somehow gets a black eye on this trip. And Lisa says, Heather, you look like somebody clocked you. And then Heather says, well, maybe somebody did. Now, see, here's what I don't like. I don't like the a trailer can be tricky. Okay. A trailer can be tricky because I feel like sometimes they be trying to lead you down the path of thinking something happened when it really didn't. Okay. And so we just have to wait and see how that plays out. And then we also see the ladies in action. I'm going to read you a little bit of the bios for each person. Jen Shaw is leaning on her friends and family for support when the group's dynamic shift. Jen's new alliances cause a divide among the women. Jen and her husband, Sharif, downsize their house as they face the uncertainty of their future together. Meredith is still dealing with the hurt that came from Lisa's salacious rant. Meredith Marks is standing by her new, unexpected support system and is leaving friends turned foes in the past. Although tensions in the group are bubbling over, Meredith is focusing her energy on causes close to her heart as she hosts a fashion show to raise awareness around mental health. Lisa, after a hot mic moment landed her in hot water, Lisa Barlow's relationship with one of her dearest friends is changed forever. Despite many of her friendships hanging in the balance, she finds an implausible ally in the group. As unflattering rumors fly about Lisa around Salt Lake, she turns her attention to focus on her husband, her children, and her business. Heather Gay is working on her book, Bad Mormon, about her experience with religion and community and stepping out of the church's shadow to form a non-denominational choir. Heather putting together a choir. Okay. Her bond with Jen is stronger than ever, but cracks begin to form in the foundation of her friendship with one of her longest and closest pals. I'm assuming that's Whitney. Whitney is on a spiritual healing journey to work through past traumas. In the process, she uncovers suppressed memories from her childhood to reclaim her authority and independence. She is ready to cut all ties with the Mormon church and live her own authentic life. On the outs with old friends, Whitney grows closer to an unlikely housewife, which I'm assuming is Lisa Barlow. Angie Harrington comes back. She's lived in Salt Lake for years with her husband and 3 sons. After a fallout last year with Lisa, Angie grows closer to Whitney and Heather. Dana is an entrepreneur. This is the girl who drags the life out of Jen at the end of the trailer. She is on the end beside Whitney Rose, and she basically tells Jen to shut the F up, and she better be worried about whether or not somebody is going to put some money on the books for her when she goes to jail. I said, give this girl the snowflake, okay? Give this girl the snowflake. Now, she's also the one that has said something about, someone who used to work for Jen is now an informant. And then you have Angie Katsnavis. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. She's introduced through Jen. She's a business owner, wife, and mother. She always has her friends back, but will speak her mind when they cross her. Blah, blah, blah. Same old, same old. Y'all know how the thing goes. So anyway, that's the cast for Salt Lake City. The 2 Angies are on the end beside Heather. And then Dana, the other new girl, is beside Whitney on the other end. And Dana is the one that drags the life out of Jen Shaw at the end of the trailer. So tap into the trailer down below. Let me know what you guys think. And of course, we got a new episode of Beverly Hills tonight at 8 p.m. on Bravo, followed by The Real Housewives of Dubai Reunion Part 1. So tap in for that. We will catch you guys